Well, good afternoon, morning, night, whenever you're listening to this. I appreciate it. I'm having fun doing this podcast and just talking about stuff that may or may not relate to you, but it certainly is a part of my life, and I know there's aspects of it that can be parts of other people's lives. So, thank you. I am the DELO. This is on the DELO, and it's a nice Sunday here in the backyard garden. I'm watching all sorts of beautiful things grow and take life and get cut for food and then die and give new life into my belly. So it is a wonderful time to chat about what this episode is. It's good timing. I celebrated a 48th birthday. So shortly and briefly, I wanted to talk about, the meaning of the birthday, or the day of birth, as we may call it. Look, I think all of us as little kids, when we got to understand, and I watched my nephews grow up, and it's kind of funny, they were, 1, 2, 3 years old. You start to, you look back as an adult, you look back on those years and you wonder what you were like as a kid, and there wasn't much relevance to, really having a birthday. I'm sure there was things going on, but, in our young minds and just, still developing, there wasn't, we couldn't correlate what was actually going on. Like it was a day that we had come into existence, a year ago or 2 years ago, 3 years ago. I think it's around 4 or 5 that you start to kind of, put it together and be like, wow, this is a day for me, presents and food and friends and all sorts of stuff. And I know growing up, as I actually, I grew up in Atlanta for about 11 years. So during that stint of years where I really got to acknowledge and understand the birthday, it was so exciting to get, a cake with the Star Wars figures on it. I remember my favorite icing was green icing in white cake. And it was such a celebration of life in the essence of, having your friends over and you just being kids, playing and not a worry in the world. And you don't even really realize what it is that's going on, other than the fact that it's a day for you. There's no availability for your mind to be like, wow, I'm getting older. Wow, as I get older, I'm getting closer to death. And I know it sounds really harsh and kind of crazy, but you think about it, that's the reality of it. We're born, we go through this cycle, and we're never looking back. And if we have a good experience, we can live a long time and healthy, taking care of ourselves and doing all that. So I would say in my 20s it was definitely party time. Birthdays were really celebrated around having a party and a lot of alcohol and a lot of other things that I do not partake in any longer. Like I had talked in podcasts of the past, there's seasons of change and just not my season anymore. But from a mental standpoint of what this day can mean to all of us, when our day comes, we all take it differently. Some of us still want a party. Some of us still want to, have a big celebration with just family. Some of us want to be pampered. Some of us want to just be left alone. And some of us, take it as like, oh my God, it's my day. And then there's some of us that are like, we don't even want to like face that we're getting older. And that's, something that sometimes I've even had to, mentally deal with. It's like, oh, wow. And I sit here and I really contemplate the fact that I'm, 48 years on this earth, and it's really a blink of the eye, just a blink of the eye. And then I look and I sit here and I analyze, as I go through this birthday, how many more summers do I have left? How much more time do I have with my parents? How much more time do I have with my dogs? All these things that are very, very depressing in the humanness of this world, and almost scary if you let it scare you and you don't think that there's anything else. But not to get too deep or philosophical on that, as you get older, those are the things. And as I've talked before, the train ride gets shorter and shorter as we get older, but that is okay. Now I've come to a point of embracing it of a year, that has gone by, that I've learned, and I'm taking that knowledge and I'm compounding that knowledge. And with that knowledge is coming more love that I'm able to give, more knowledge I'm able to give, more, experience in the facts of the different things that I do, and possibly undertaking of new hobbies and new loves in the aspect of things that I want to do and I want to accomplish, with myself, and also with my wife and with my family. And it's exciting to think that, wow, that's cool. I can revert back to a time when I was younger, can take all that knowledge, I can take all those experiences, I can add them up to where I'm at now, and I can really laser focus on who I am and where I want to be now in this present moment and how I want to do it. So now I've decided to take that day, and it's a day of rest and relaxation. I think this year, I don't think, it was a couple days ago, this year I did some cold plunge therapy, some sauna, I did some Reiki, I worked out, I had a great healthy organic meals, and I spent time with my family. And those are most of my days. So why should this day be any different? Because progressing into the new, which really, my New Year's Eve is the day before my birthday. My New Year's Day is my birthday. And that is something that we could all kind of put into our head and be like, wow, this is really the turning of the of another year in our life. It's not that January 1st. It's whatever your date is. And that date is a celebratory moment to reflect, to appreciate, gain, and learn from the knowledge, and be even better moving forward, and knowing that at the point that you are at now, there's always going to be, or hopefully always going to be, a greater point moving forward if you have that attitude and that mindset and that love. And that is a place that I'm at now. So anyways, hopefully it wasn't too selfishly on me and my birthday. You can put it in perspective of you and your birthday and kind of what it means to me. I just thought it was fitting, just because I had celebrated it, and these are the thoughts on my mind. And I hope that takes you into a wonderful and a great day. If you're watching this on YouTube, yes, I did get a haircut. And please, if there's value in this, share it with somebody. I just want to spread the word of, love and passion and excitement and fun and all that sort of thing. Follow me at I am the DELO on Instagram. And check out my website, iamthedelo.com. Thank you all, and I really appreciate you. Peace.